Hello, happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to the kickoff of the weekend. I am Meredith. I'm here with our message for the 6th of June, 6/6, 2025. We're using Wild Reflections Tarot for our message today. Tuning into the energy atmosphere, see what's on offer to us. We have the sun in Gemini. The moon is in Libra, and around 10:40 tonight, the moon will shift signs into Scorpio for the weekend. And of course, we have Pluto retrograde. And I think today is the day that Venus moves into Taurus. Venus rules Taurus, so should be interesting. Let's see what that cooks up for us. All right, let's get to the cards. Again, a very healthy shuffle. What's on offer to us potentially in the weekend? Our first card, starting out with Archangel Michael on Temperance. This is the Divine Alchemy card. This is rare and uncommon energy that we have been cultivating since the most recent eclipses, right? And this energy at work somewhat behind the scenes. As our first card out, though, it's becoming much more evident to us some of the divine alchemy that we are participating in on a cosmic level and in keeping, in harmony with our personal astrology. So this feels like a great time for you to get a refresher on your astrological charts. Definitely pay attention to the sun, moon, rising signs, of course. And, take a look at your houses. See what's what. Get to know yourself a little bit better. And then listen to an astrological forecast. So check it out. Paired with the Temperance card, very nice, the Fool. Ooh, I love this combination. Two major arcanas right off the bat, first of all. The Fool is the very beginning of the major arcana. And the Fool is considered a novice, unknowing, which couldn't be further from the truth, because how many times has the Fool made the journey through the tarot? How much experience exactly does the Fool have? Quite a bit. Enough to have no fear of consequence is what's at the heart of this card when one takes a leap of faith. And we've been talking about this for weeks now. The cards have been encouraging us to really delve deep into what we're manifesting, the thoughts that we're having, recognizing that every cell of our being is listening to what we say. I know that gets a little scary, right? I had a temper tantrum this week. I absolutely lost my temper earlier this week. Rare for me. And yet it happened. Though it was so enlightening because I got to see some really old energy with myself that is, ego driven. Because really, what's our temper? It's just us not getting what we want, or things are not working out as we envisioned them. So why do I bring that up? I bring it up because of my statement that every cell in our body is listening. So I had to do some damage control and some really good self-care to shift my frequency back where it really belongs, and then some, right? Because I want to grow. I'm not going to want to be stagnant. So it was really great to have that experience and see what old energies have a grip on me, or where I get pushed or allow myself to get pushed, right? Because it's all up to me. And I, like everyone else, have a choice in every moment. So this ultimately, this experience was enlightening in how I can set myself free from old and limited thinking, which blows the doors off manifestation, doesn't it? Because when you have those moments, you get to see where you are the obstacle. One of my most favorite people has a habit of reminding, well, not just me, but many, have you ever noticed when you have a problem, you're there? It's because it's all you. You could say, I have a problem with this, I have a problem with that. Though think about how you're phrasing that. I have a problem with. You're acknowledging that it's you. You might be blaming it on circumstance, which I did with my temper tantrum the other day. And and you'd like to absolve yourself of any kind of self-responsibility, and yet it's all about you. So when you see Temperance and the Fool card together, and the Fool is saying you have no fear of consequence simply based on your pure experience alone, and then the Temperance card is bringing together energies that don't necessarily coalesce most of the time, and with a nod to eclipse season in the spring and further eclipses back, long ripple effect from eclipse energy where rare and uncommon energy comes together in a way that serves us. We have to be bold. We have to be confident and courageous within ourselves to take the leap of faith. And I'll tell you what, your temper will show you every single time where you are not limited. So have gratitude for that. I, on the other side of it, have gratitude for it. Thank you very much, because again, it's a snapshot into what holds me back or where I'm limiting myself. Next set of 3. So apply that wherever it's relevant to you and your experience. If you do the same old thing, you're going to get the same old result. And is that working for you? Then we have, is that the 9 of Wands again? It sure is. Coming back. Don't stop now. Don't quit. Do not throw in the towel. And as I said recently, you did not come this far just to come this far. There's so much more. So take whatever respite is required and give yourself that blessing and that gift to sit down, at the base of a tree, align your spine to the tree, feel Mother Earth supporting you, do some breathing. Paired with, trined with, let's say, now the Empress. I like this because, the Empress is typically, as she is here, pregnant in tarot. She's about to give birth, bring new life, right? And here, in the 9 of Wands, we're at the end of a labor, something that we have been investing in, and the energy has been compelling us to move toward, right? And this is us in a journey and feeling as though we're not sure we have enough left to give the remainder of the journey. And probably very similar to a human labor and delivery type situation. I think every person gets to a point where they're thinking, I don't know if I can do this, right? There's no way out, though. You've got to, right? So here we are. And I like how we're poised here because we have all this divine alchemy. We have all this confidence and courage to take a leap of faith. We have the endurance to go the distance in that 9 of Wands in a brand new, fresh thing. Fool beginning of the tarot, Empress number 3 in the tarot. We have what it takes to give birth to this whole new way of being as we take the leap of faith in rare and uncommon energy. And then the last card in this set, look at that, the 9 of Pentacles, self-sovereignty. Exactly what we're talking about here, in the sense that everything is up to you and you are solely responsible for whatever's going on. Yes, rare and uncommon circumstances and situations do arise. However, how do you respond to those rare and uncommon experiences? Do you show up in the same old way like I did the other day? Or do you do something different? Next set, 2 cards. 8 of Wands, energy moving fast and furious. That's what I feel here. This is incoming information. The 8 of Wands in tarot is so loaded. Like all 8s, it's about momentum and movement. So we have movement here, which is great. There's nothing stagnant about this energy. It is in motion. So our intuition needs to be dialed way up high. Forever an encouragement here on this channel. And not only that, there are conversations that we will have that are enlightening with other folks. They may have a piece of the puzzle in the gems of their wisdom that they're sharing with us, right? And we may be doing the very same for them. This is also a marriage card in tarot. It's the way energy gets woven together, which is why at the beginning of the reading, I heard myself comment, how are you speaking over your life? What are you saying? Because the body is listening, the being is listening, and then everything that the being hears begins to mobilize in the direction toward alignment for what it is we're thinking about and the way we're charging our energy field. So where are you in this equation? With this beautiful 8 is the Judgment card. There couldn't be a better card right here, because the 8 of Wands has the potential to show you what you're resurrecting time and again. That could be giving you wings or shackling you where you stand. Check that out for yourself. Remember that the Judgment card is a review card. It's almost a retrograde in and of itself in tarot. It's a redo, a review, a reconsider, right? So do some hindsight reconsideration with the Justice card here as you take a breather on that 9 of Wands, so you can garner your gains and go the distance for whatever it is you are cultivating in the now with divine alchemy. Make your choices wisely. Then we have 2 of Cups. What a gorgeous reading. The whole reading is pushing us to this kind of message here. Show up in the way you desire to be met. And are you meeting yourself there too? Check that as well. You might think you are, and yet you could be abandoning opportunity that you could leverage in your cultivation of your divine alchemy by doing nothing. Or you could be repeating old behavior that ultimately neutralizes and does nothing for what you're doing right now, or for what you're cultivating right now. Or there's a different way to go, and you may have been in resistance to it. Check that out. Ultimately, though, that's the Ace of Cups to the power of 2. Love, bliss, joy, happiness. How are you showing up in your love, bliss, joy, and happiness? How are you multiplying that right now? Oh, nice. And there's the Emperor back again. So we have the Emperor and the Empress in this lineup of cards. Beautiful. So we have divine harmony with our masculine and feminine energies. We have it here again in the 2 of Cups. Now we've got to bring our confidence and our endurance and our courage and our strength and the totality of our history, so to speak, and bring all that into the new now and use what works and, yield what doesn't. Let that fall away. So the Emperor, super stable, number 4 out of the major arcana. Excellent card. All 4 kings rolled into one. Powerful divine masculine energy. And this goes nicely with our 8 of Wands because we've got good momentum, good energetic flow here. And there's nothing stopping this Emperor from taking action at a moment's notice. We always see him kind of seated on the throne, not necessarily in active participation, though he's prepared for darn near anything because of his experience. So he's reserving his energy for what matters most. And I feel we're doing the very same thing over here on the 9 of Wands. So we're moving into an Emperor-Empress energy, showing up in the way we desire to be met, learning from prior experience, and weaving that into our new now as we courageously take leaps of faith. Excellent. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck and how the universe is helping us out behind the scenes. Here's the 3 of Cups coming back again. The 3 of Cups has shown up in combination with the Emperor more than once this week. And this is us in celebration. This is us joyously leaning into our strength, our justice, and our temperance energy. Here's the World. So now we've run the gamut in the tarot in the sense that we have 0, the Fool, and then we have 21 in the World, the last card of the major arcana. And this is reward of all of our prior investment. And it's an infinity loop here. Beautiful. Then we have Ace of Pentacles. Oh, seriously, this one is my least favorite card. You all hear about my favorites in tarot. This one's my least favorite, the 2 of Pentacles. I hesitate on this card every time we turn it over and it shows up. And this is really, here's our infinity loop as we're talking about over here. Now here it is on the 2 of Pentacles. And this is really the way energy kind of flows. Think about it in terms of the Justice card. Think about it in terms of the World. So reward of all of our prior investment, which is fabulous, right? And then the review, the redo, the reconsider in the in the Judgment card could have us hesitating, and there's a balance or a harmony to be struck in the Two of Pentacles of going with the flow and knowing when to reserve your energy, kind of like the Emperor. So find the harmony and go with the harmony. Then we have another two of Wands. Perfect. Stepping across a threshold to a whole new world of opportunity that's opening up for us because of everything that we're doing here. So reserve your energy, go the distance for your dream and your vision, and don't quit. Angel answers, a fresh message, confirmation, or an answer to a question of your own. Ask your angels. Yes, call in your angels, guides, ancestors. Include them in whatever it is you're up to. It's part of your magic. Remain positive. That's the reminder from Judgment right there. Stay positive, no matter what your experience has been. Because you've got emphatic success on your side. Ooh. And you need a little bit more information. No worries, Eight of Wands will deliver it. And take action. Yep. And you'll know just what to do and when to do it. Final word on today's message from angels and ancestors. How is our soulful presence informing our awakened consciousness? And we have the animal guardian. Trust your instincts. Trust your intuition. Put those two together, instinct and intuition. Powerful combination there. So trust that, lean into it, and then take action. Have the best Friday ever. Enjoy your weekend. Peace, love, joy. Namaste.